Hello everyone, I am Interact, this is Slay the Spire. Welcome back to our attempt at ascending and our typical failure to ascend. Let's obtain a random rare relic. Ginger. Wow. That's really good. Thank you very much, game. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll just take that out. Welcome back, yes, we are back. At it again, with the white vans. I'm sorry, that meme was apparently, I don't know if it was well disliked or what, but I think that's one of those ones that got old really quickly. You know? I feel like What Are Those also got old really quickly, but people still say it, like, to this day. So maybe I just have no idea. Maybe I'm not integrated enough in the meme culture like I think I am. Maybe I'm just a meme novice. A poser, if you will. I mean, I'm definitely a poser. In some way, shape, or form. I have no idea how, but I'm probably one. Kind of like flex. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know if it's worth buying, but I bought it. That's a pretty good turn right there, if I do say so myself. A second rampage? I guess it would be a little ridiculous to ask that rampage functioned the same way as claw. I think we'll skip for now, because that would be, I mean, come on, let's be honest with each other, that'd be a little overpowered. It would be nice though. Oh god. Well, fire breathing is going to be very good if I can ever actually get it to work. I'm gonna need to draw some attack cards there, game. Thanks. So that guy's dead already. He's dead to fire breathing. We'll take some damage. Whatever. These guys can't weaken me. So I'm pretty happy about that. So there was a video, I don't know how recently it actually came out. There was a video, Come Cursed Regret, do we have a shop up here? About a guy who talked about how he'd been trying to stream on Twitch for like 3 or 4 years, I think. I think it's a decently popular video. So people probably know about it. But how he had, you know, lost his family and his friends and all this because he was trying to stream on Twitch and get big. And like, on the one hand, right? If you've been here some decent amount of time, you know that I'm not exactly the most popular person in the world. You know, I'm not making millions of dollars, got 7 billion subs, got Lamborghinis in the garage. None of that is true for me. And I put like some amount of effort into this. I stream, actually I don't stream as frequently as I probably should. I stream some amount of the time. What is that? Skills cost 0. I don't think I like that card. Oh well. Yeah, if I actually wanted to get popular, I would definitely need to stream more frequently than I do, but I just kind of do it like I do this. It's just a hobby. Just something to do. Something I enjoy. I'm gonna throw that just before I forget. But he said basically how he had like ruined his life and he only had 6,000 followers and he like lost his girlfriend and or his girlfriend left him, I guess. Can't really lose. So, you know what I mean. And how he'd ruined his life and he like lost his, I think he lost his job. But it's just, is that the society that we live in? Where people think that they can actually, you know, like is Is streaming the new, like, I'm gonna be a rapper when I grow up, or I'm gonna be an NBA All-Star? You know, is streaming the new that? Because when I was growing up, people would always be like, oh, I'm gonna be a professional sports player. Obviously, sports player is not an occupation, but you know what I mean. Is streaming the new that? Because I feel really sorry if people think that, like, you can just get big streaming. Like, yeah, it does suck that, you know, some people are popular because they started at the right time. You know, that's honestly the reason why I feel like some people are popular, because I watch their streams and I'm like, this, maybe it's just not entertaining to me, but it just doesn't seem entertaining. And that's fine that people enjoy what they enjoy, but, like, does it suck that, you know, if you had started streaming, I don't even, when Justin TV came out, that, yeah, you'd probably be popular by default, almost, because you would have been there when Justin TV came out? Yeah, it sucks. Does it suck that, like, no one scrolls down to the bottom of the viewers list to find new people to watch? Sure. I deal with it. I stream to 0 people all the time. But you should, like, go into it with that expectation. Am I dead? No, I'm not dead, thankfully. You shouldn't go in expecting, like, oh yeah, I'll just stream, you know, 5 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'll just get viewers, you know? It's just not, that's not how it works. Like, it's not like an actual job, right? Like, if you had like an office job, right? And you worked more than normal, and you worked as hard as you possibly could, are you gonna get promoted? Probably, most likely, yes. I mean, obviously there are some jobs that are a little, maybe more dead end than others, where it's, I'll take bludgeon, where it's a little harder to do that. I'll just take market pain. But if you have like a good solid office job at like a, I don't know, insurance company or something, like if you put in the work and you just, you know, do your best, you're probably eventually going to get promoted. Sure, it'll take a while, most likely, but it will eventually come. And I feel like it's problematic that people view streaming that way, right? Like, streaming is not something that if you just do it, you know, people will come and watch you, right? Like, you have to get lucky and be entertaining and be in the right place at the right time. Like all the people who started on Justin TV. I'll definitely get jaxed. And are now popular because of that. It's not, you know, it's not something that you can just hope, you know, it's not guaranteed. And I hate the fact that people seem to almost act as if it is. It just seems ignorant that you would think that something like that would just come to you, you know? It's not a guarantee. And I'm not like trying to be a jerk and say he's an idiot or anything. I just think it's ridiculous that people would even think that you know, it's a safe bet. Because he talks about how he had a job. He had a full-time job. So I'm like, well, why didn't you just stick with the full-time job? You had a job. Like, I understand you enjoy playing video games, right? That's who doesn't? I love playing video games. Does that mean I would quit my job to try and do YouTube full-time? No, because it's not gonna happen. You know? It's just realistic. Like, it might eventually happen, but by the time it did, it'd be way too late. I don't expect this to, I guess, quote-unquote, go anywhere. I just do this because I like it. It's fun. Honestly, I mean, it helped me with my anxiety of talking, which I had for a very long time. For a very long time, I had really bad undiagnosed panic disorder. Like if I even thought about leaving my house, I did that in the wrong order. If I even thought about leaving my house, I'd get a panic attack, and it was crippling. It was terrible. So this has helped me out, you know, a decent amount with that, which is nice. One of the reasons I do it. The other reason is I enjoy it. Ever since I was younger, I've enjoyed just creating stuff. Media, content, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. You know, like, a lot of people talk about how when they were younger they made like those stupid home videos with their friends. Like, yeah, I did that. A lot of people did that. A lot of people that you find in, who are in, you know, media or whatever. A lot of people did that because it makes sense, right? If you want to make stuff as a kid, you grow up and you're like, hey, now I can actually do this. You know, I can actually go make, I'm removing this because it's worthless. You know, now I want to make movies, so they go to film school or whatever and they become a director. You find that pretty frequently, I think. But, you know, that doesn't mean that it's a guarantee. You know, if you look back, I guess not even that far, just historically, and it still happens. People will be like, well, you know, my parents say I'm really good at acting, so I'm gonna go to, why am I getting, oh, because of this. People will just graduate high school and just fly to Hollywood and be like, yeah, I'm gonna become an actor. And how many people do you think that actually works out for, you know? I'm not trying to say this to be overly negative and be like, well, give up on your dreams, it's never gonna happen, motherfucker. Because it could. It very well could. It does happen for some people. One example that I can think of, Steve Blum, was just a guy who worked at a, is he gonna die if I do this? I don't think he is, but I'm gonna try it. I was one off, damn. He just worked at a factory or something somewhere. And he just, you know, would make voices in his free time, you know, just silly voices or whatever in his free time. And I think eventually, I don't remember if someone found him or if he just like signed up for a part or whatever, but oh god, am I just dead? But he eventually got a part in a movie or something. I can't even tell if I'm dead or not. So, you know, and now he's in like literally everything. The dude, like, actually, he's in actually everything. Everything known to man. So, I mean, it can happen, but the likelihood of it happening is really slim. I don't know, I feel like people see stories like Steve Blum, and they're like, well, if it happened to him, it can happen to me, right? Sure, it can happen to you. That doesn't mean it's going to. I think I'm dead again. Yeah, I'm 100% dead. I think it's good to be realistic with your expectations of how things are going to work out, you know? Like, I wanted to be an artist, right? But then I thought about it, and I was like, realistically, turnip's really good, thank you. Realistically, like, how is that gonna work, right? Like, how am I gonna make money? I can't really make money just doing graphic design. So I thought about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I like graphic design. So a realistic thing to do would probably just to go work in advertising. And that was my plan for the longest time. Was to get a degree in graphic design, which I never did because I dropped out of college. Because of depression and the undiagnosed panic disorder, etc., etc. You don't need to know my life story. It's honestly quite boring. I mean, I could tell if people really cared, but I'm telling you, it's pretty boring. Except for all those times that I robbed banks. I don't know. Sounded like it would be cool. Not robbing banks. Robbing banks is not cool. But it's not like something that you would say if you were like trying to be cool, right? We can remove a strike. But no, so I had like my if I can do this, I would love to goal of, you know, becoming an artist and just making art and just creating for a living. Like with YouTube, you know, if I somehow become extremely popular on YouTube, that'd be sweet. I'd love to do that. I don't think it's gonna happen, but because it's not very realistic. But I think it's good to be realistic with your goals, right? But also have not just, you know, because that's depressing to just have a realistic goal of like, oh, I'm gonna work at a company doing sales. I did not mean to skip that relic. Fuck my life. But also have your dream, right? Don't give up on your dreams. Have your dream. But also have a realistic fallback in case that doesn't work. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that. I feel like a lot of people have the dream and they're like, I'm going to make this happen. This is going to happen. And when it doesn't happen, they don't have a fallback. So just don't get caught in that trap. If you're still young and you're watching this, probably most people who watch this aren't that young. I don't actually know what the average age of my demographic is because, once again, this isn't a job for me. I don't look at that kind of thing. I'll take Rip and Tear because I've never had it and maybe it's good. Seems pretty good there. But yeah, I mean, if you're still young and impressionable and you're not watching Jake Paul or Logan Paul or whatever it is, that's how out of touch I am. I have no idea what young kids watch these days. I'll know soon enough when my kid grows up, but for now I'm just as clueless as anyone. Just keep your dreams alive. Don't get rid of them. Dreams are important. They're good. They fuel people to do things that they thought they couldn't do. But also stay realistic with things, you know? Like if you want to be an NBA player, that's great. If you are good enough, I knew some kids in high school that I think probably went on to have careers in possibly minor league, but possibly major league sports. Because there were a lot of kids in my high school that were really good at football, and my school was known for having people that were really good at sports. And also being extremely white, but whatever. I went to like it was like 98% white or something like that. It was absurd. Very, very white. But there were some people that were really good at sports, and they went to, you know, prestigious sports school. I'm not gonna pretend like I know where they went to school or anything. These weren't people that I actually like knew personally. They were just people where like everyone knew them because they were like the quarterback of the football team or something. I think he actually ended up playing baseball in college, and he was good at it, you know. So good for him. But if you think, you know, if you want to do that, and it ends up that, you know, you're like the majority of the people who want to do that, and you're not actually good enough, because there's only a very, very small percentage of people that can actually be good enough, right? Otherwise, everyone would be an NBA player. Then maybe, you know, go to school for, what is it, like physiology or something, and become like a coach or a gym teacher or something, you know? Like, sure, it's not as prestigious or sexy or whatever, and you don't make as much money, but it's realistic, right? Give me that back. So moral of the story, don't give up on your dreams, but be realistic with yourself. I mean, we're just kind of attacking, right? We don't really have anything going for us. I guess I'll just take that. We do have a smiling mask, so ectoplasm still gives us 5 card removals from shops, which I think is good enough. I think we're pretty set there. We don't need to remove right now, so we're just gonna take some question marks, I believe. Yeah, just, oh no, they're gonna steal my freaking money. These jerks. I'm not gonna be able to get it back because that's how ectoplasm works. God damn it. It's my money and I need it now. J.G. Wentworth. That's a commercial that used to get played on the old television a lot. Okay, Storm, I mean, look, I know I pick Storm a lot. It's because it's a really good card, dude. Have you seen what it does? It gives you a lightning orb every time you play a power. I mean, honestly, for me, like, my fallback was... I had a fallback to my fallback because I'm a complete nerd. Like, my original fallback was obviously do the marketing thing, and, you know, I thought that'd be awesome. I feel like I would have enjoyed that if I had done it. But my fallback to that was just to become a great stay-at-home father, which is what I am right now, in case you didn't already know that for some reason. That's my job, quote-unquote, that I always talk about. And I enjoy doing that. I love it. I think it's probably one of the best jobs you could have. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Keep loving life, keep loving what I'm doing. Keep having fun hobbies like playing complete garbage on YouTube and probably getting people to yell at me because I suck at this game. And I make misplays all over the place. I actually don't know how often I misplay. I don't like have a counter going or anything. I'm sure it's pretty frequently. Can't be as bad as Northernlion though. I mean, can anyone be that bad? That man is like... He honestly, the dude's talented at like being bad at games. I'm shocked every time that I see him do something extremely stupid. I might be really dead. This fight is insanely hard, and I don't have any of the cards that I need to be doing it right now. Motherfucker. Well, not like this, exactly. I'm closing in on that final unlock. That final unlock is going to be the thing that takes us over. I'm pretty sure it's just relics. It doesn't actually give you any cards or anything. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to keep your dreams alive, but also realistic. Have a realistic path, a fallback. A plan B is always good to have. And subscribe for more. Sage life advice from a guy who's dropped out of college 3 times. 3 separate occasions. That is true, I'm not making that up. I have dropped out of college 3 times. Why did I keep going back? Societal and parental pressure. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode. Subscribe if you want to see that episode on your little feed thingy. Goodbye for now.